seconds and then disconnect. I'm tired of restarting it because it just seems like they just lower it back down after a little while anyways. And so one time I didn't mess with it and they raised the speed up. I got this from TJ Maxx. This hot chick said hey to me in TJ Maxx. She was taller than me though. She was like at least 5'9". Can you say Sigma? Sigma. Sigma, Sigma. Do y'all even know what Sigma is? One love, Alicia. Stay 100. Yo, what up, Jaden? Say Skibbity Ridge. What the fuck? Skibbity Ridge. Y'all are... Yeah, I'm on a Skibbity Ridge right here. I'm playing Overpass and I just flipped my four-wheeler over. It's a Razor, Polaris Razor. It's a 4x4 side-by-side, so somebody can sit with you, but I would imagine that would probably cost some money to get one. You could get one used pretty cheap. Yo, what up, Christina? Yo, what up, Christina? My name is Joey. Labadee? Labadee. Is that your last name, Labadee? Yeah. Nice. Labadee. My name is Medina. I'm a Medina. Yo, what up, Christina? I never rode in a side-by-side, except I rode in a mule one time, and it was like you know, the UTVs, they call them utility vehicles. It's got like a spot in the back. Yeah. Then I rode in a John Deere mule UTV. But these side-by-sides, they're ATVs. There's the race ones, then there's the utility ones. I mean, like, I know people that got some, but I ain't got none. So, only thing I got, or I had, was a four-wheeler. One time I had a Honda four-wheeler. I had a three-wheeler. And my foot fell asleep. This couch cushion right here is taking up too much space. I'm about to fucking rip the cushion out of it. I was trying to open the zipper. I couldn't even open the zipper. The zipper got stuck. I'm about to rip half that cushion out. That spring in there. That shit takes up too much space. Damn, is Shelby and Christina some hot chicks? Didn't know I got hot chicks on my chat, yo. Man. Yeah, so 20% females is pretty good. That's what I got. Yep. 75% dudes. That's how it is on social media, yo. It's like that everywhere. So, they say no grain, no pain. Dr. Berg put a post talking about artificial sweeteners, refined foods, refined processed foods, sugar, and then fructose, high fructose causes inflammation or arthritis. I'm not quite remembering right now. My brain is like losing track. I'm trying to multitask.
Thank you very much. Okay. Overnight, President Biden's sweeping executive order at the southern border is now in effect. The new policy giving the president and border officials the ability to effectively shut down the border almost immediately. And here's why. Border officials can begin turning away almost all migrants when the daily average of illegal crossings hits 2,500. Average daily arrests for illegal crossings from Mexico, people not crossing at ports of entry, were last below 2,500 in January of 2021. The move by Biden is getting slammed by Republicans, saying it's too little too late, and Democrats are divided on this. Some of them applaud it.
So my playlist used to be called Funky Rave. I changed it to Techno Trees, so now if another playlist, I could call that one Funky Rave. Be more Sigma. How many playlists have you made? Skibidi Ridge. One love, my G. Stay 100. Dude was on that crack cocaine for days. Y'all ever tried crack cocaine? I ain't tried it. Ain't it the same as cocaine? Damn, it's hard to mess up a. Yo, AT&T, you keep fucking up my live stream. Does that happen to everybody with every internet company? I heard even fucking Satellite was getting fucked up with Elon Musk's Sky. Nah, I was about to say Skynet. Uh, Starlink. Yeah, Starlink. I heard they only get like 2 megabytes off Starlink too. Or what is it? I'm literally in a couch right now. Yo, it's hard to mess up a mohawk. People ought to just wear a mohawk and then don't even have to worry about it messing up. Because everybody with long hair gets their hair messed up, so. Chick was on the alcohol, laying down in the couch, and she looked weird. It looked like she was about to break her neck. I'm gonna rip that shit off. It's getting on my nerves. I tried to fix the wall and I made it worse. So I plastered over it. It takes them long staples. I found some after I'd already fucked up. I tried to put a short staple when it should have been a long staple. Yo, what up, Willow Blackshear? What up, Crazy Cat? Shout out to Christina Labadie. Jaden, Alicia Fowler, Chris, YT Default, Shelby W. I had to reset the chat because if I didn't reset it, it wasn't working. This is a Pleasure Craft song called Rigel. Rigel. I've had these pants since I was 15. Holy shit. They're reversible. Fuck this couch, man. Hey, that mohawk look tight though. The mohawk looks legit. You can't fuck up a mohawk. Just leave it anyway. If you're going bald, get your hair back. Do some micro needling. If you can't, what about like double mohawks for the people that's bald that don't feel like trying to get their hair back? So it would be like two, one on this side and one on this side. Then how are they gonna do the back if it's like that? It could come down to one, but if they do it in a barbershop, get them to do an X. What the fuck? That's my meditation song. You're supposed to listen to music like this when you meditate. It's called a mantra. You should put this song when you wake up in the morning. It'll play this song. Put this song where you wake up in the morning and it'll play like this. This should be like everybody's wake up alarm clock call. Like, this should be like the national anthem type shit, you know? Like, you walk in a store and they're playing music like this. People be like, what in the Indian shit is this? Got some peanuts. So how does the mantra go again? Wahe Guru, Wahe Geo. Wahe Guru, Wahe Geo. Why are they gonna put ecstasy in their name title? Because they're trying to achieve bliss. Why hey Guru, why hey Geo?
Welcome to the Zen Stoic Path. In this episode, we're going to be discussing the Zen proverb of let go or be dragged. Now, this is a very interesting proverb because we want to remember it highlights the root of all suffering when it comes to Zen Buddhism, and that is attachment. Attachment is the root to all of our suffering in life, to all of our undue or unnecessary anguish. Now, the reason being is because we try to hold on to life. We try to hold on and make something stagnant, when the nature of things is that everything is always moving and changing. So we'll get into it with a quote from Alan Watts. Whether we like it or not, change comes, and the greater the resistance, the greater the pain. Buddhism perceives the beauty of change, for life is like music in this. If any note or phrase is held for longer than its appointed time, the melody is lost. Thus, Buddhism may be summed up in two phrases: let go and walk on. Drop the craving for self, for permanence, for particular circumstances, and go straight ahead with the movement of life. Alan Watts. So this is a very interesting quote in the sense that when we think about what has been said there, you realize that to fight the impermanence of life, to fight the movement of life, the flow of life, will ultimately cause more pain. And many people will say that they don't like change, or that they don't respond well to change, that they need things to be familiar, that they like the routine. And while it is good to have routine, to have consistency in the things that you do, it is also to remember that that consistency exists on a foundation of things being as you know them. But at any one moment in life, everything can change on you. The whole terrain of what you're used to standing on can move, and it can change. And the whole reason that we practice these principles of Zen and Stoicism is to create that sense of unshakable inner peace, to be at peace with the changing tides of life, to not be rattled by every little thing. So anytime something creates a change, if we attempt to lash on to what we believe should have been, that's when we're going to get ourselves into trouble. And this is where we bring in the Stoic concept of memento mori, the meditation on one's own mortality. Oftentimes, one of the most common areas where people refuse to move on and refuse to allow themselves to flow through the movement of life is with the death of a loved one. Now, it's not to say that you should move on immediately or that you're expected to be happy the same day. Part of that movement is your grief. Part of that movement is your sadness, your emotions that you have for the loss of that person. But at the same time, one of the reasons that we end up suffering more than necessary in the case of the death of a loved one is because it causes us to reflect on our own mortality, for one, and two, what we end up thinking about is this idea that they shouldn't have passed away, or they shouldn't have died, or the death was untimely. And in many cases, maybe it feels that way. But at the same time, what we want to remember is that our path is our path, and other people's paths are theirs. Now, there will be people in your life whose paths cross with yours, and sometimes we begin to believe that the crossing of the path between another person and ourselves is how things should be, and this is our path. But we must not get confused with someone else's path being our own. Our path is our own, and there will always be change. This is why it's so important to meditate on our mortality, because it highlights the fact that everything is temporary, that we have what we have right now in this moment, and we want to be grateful for that. We want to cherish that and appreciate it, but also to remember that some things can leave today, including you. So while this may...
Hold up. Was he just saying that memento mori meditation was basically like you're meditating on your own death of your own life? He said mortality, which basically means, you know, like everything dies eventually. Hopefully after one long good lifespan. But I didn't know the monks really get down like that. Like they're really meditating hardcore. There's different type meditations, and I don't know, but that's that Zen Stoicism. Hot, the Zen, the Stoic Zen, the Zen Stoic path. That's a weird meditation. I mean, it's basically what I said yesterday when I was talking about some Native American Indians and what Alan Watts was saying, or one of his peers was saying on that audio podcast, was the natives, the Sioux Indians, had high self-esteem. And I was like, well, yeah, maybe because they're doing their ritual and they go out and conquer death. Hello. Yo, what up, football Ellie? What's good? I forgot what I was talking about. Zen Stoic path. Yeah, that's what it was. Oh yeah, Mia Morty or some shit. Memento Mori meditation of one's own mortality. I don't know. How long do they meditate? I think I remember him saying last time that it had to be at least 10 minutes. So you don't have to meditate for hours, it could be like only 10 minutes. That's all you need. It's like a stop at McDonald's or something, you know? Taco Bell. The meditation drive-through. Did you forget to brush your teeth? No. And I didn't forget to meditate either. Oh. Did you say masturbate? No, meditate. I thought you said masturbate. No, I'm being for real. Meditation. Do y'all meditate? Meditate on anything. It could probably be anything. I can meditate on making jewelry. That's not the same as meditation, is it? If you think about something and you're doing a blueprint in your mind, is that the same as meditation? That's called brainstorming. Yeah, that's called brainstorming. It's not the same as meditation. At least that's what I think. Somebody commented on a live stream. I didn't know that YouTube had live type Instagram lives. Instagram type lives. I ain't ever been on Instagram. I guess that's where I got the idea from. Because I had seen something about it. Like on the GTA 6 trailer, where they're, it looks like they're live streaming on GTA 6. And I was like, yeah, it looks like they're live on Facebook or Instagram or something. But now it looks like YouTube. I think YouTube has had this option for a long time. I just didn't try it. Momentum Mori. That's that Buddha shit. Shout out to Buddha shit. Oops. I fucked my neck up. Oops. Oh man, this woman said she was on a ladder doing something and something gave. She broke her ankle or something. I don't know what's wrong with the ladder. But you gotta be careful when you're on one. If it ain't strong enough to hold something, don't get on it. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Memento Mori. Yeah, I got it. Can you meditate for 10 minutes? Hold up, let me meditate for like 10 minutes. Yeah, I get it.
The winter of Peter Panagore had a profound near-death experience during a 10-day backcountry expedition in Banff National Park. The final obstacle of the journey was an ice-climb summit up Mount Assiniboine. Despite the extensive backcountry knowledge of Peter and his friend, Peter was a beginner climber and only had access to one ice axe, instead of the two needed for a climb like this. This made the climb twice as long, setting the duo far behind the other climbers. As the sun descended below the mountains, the temperature dropped immensely, leaving the two hypothermic and stranded. At this point, Peter had accepted his fate and knew that he was going to die.
By the time death came for us finally, I was standing looking at the mountain, having just woken up from sleep, because hypothermia puts you to sleep. And I kept falling asleep and standing back up again, and I stood up this last time, and I had tunnel vision, and this tunnel vision collapsed rapidly. This blackness out here, and I could see in this very narrow space, and as it collapsed, I thought to myself, I must be falling asleep, but I didn't. I awoke. It all went black, and I awoke. I felt like I was inside darkness, but in front of me was a deeper darkness, and I had form and shape. I still was myself, but I was not in my body. And way far, far in the distance was a single pinprick of light appeared, a single star in the night sky, and it rushed toward me, and it filled my vision and communicated with me that I'm taking you. It severed me from my body. I became no longer a human being. I had a shape and form similar, but I wasn't made of molecules. I was made of, metaphorically, I was made of photons. I was a being of light with a form inside this consciousness that was far more powerful than me. And it took me back up its trajectory, and I was bilocated. I had a point of view outside my light body. I was like an individuated eye of God seeing this happen. But when I looked toward that direction, I had nothing to see but darkness. So inside my being, I had two perceptions at the same time. And this entity that was carrying me, call it an angelic being or an orb of powerful consciousness, it was also superpositioned. It was somehow a reduction of its greater self that I could perceive and hear and feel. And it was like an emissary that was sent to collect me. It had carried me up and it popped me out into this space, and I lost my physical
Hold up. Is he having a DMT experience? He's hallucinating. That's a hallucination, like hallucinogens, the drugs. Hallucinogens like the magic mushrooms and peyote and all this other stuff. Hallucinogenic honey and so many hallucinogenic drugs. They have a little bit of that DMT in it, don't they? I don't know. But do they set off like a DMT circuit in our brain? Because they say that DMT trips are dreams when we sleep. So we have DMT in our bodies, which is illegal because DMT is illegal, but we have DMT in our bodies, which means you're illegal. I don't understand that. How could something be illegal that's in our bodies naturally? It's the same thing. I think I heard the same thing about weed. Like there's a cannabinoid receptor system in our bodies. Like that's what Alexander Shulgin was saying, the dude that discovered drugs. He basically discovered like all the drugs.
I became an expansive orb of consciousness myself.
As Peter expanded into this orb of consciousness, he became free of all pain and suffering. Then suddenly, a powerful source of light emerged from the darkness, containing colors that aren't even seen on Earth's visible spectrum.
And as I was there was a waterfall of light emerged from the darkness, and it was gigantic. I was gigantic. I was the size of the moon compared to the size of the sun. It was ginormous, and it was flowing with white light. And this is metaphor. It's not in the visible spectrum, but it was also simultaneously all these other colors. All of the electromagnetic spectrum was there. I could see ultraviolet and infrared and microwave and radio wave and so much more. And it had this solidity to it, and it had transparency to it, and it had translucency. So I could see deep into it, and it was the most desirable experience I'd ever had. I just wanted it, and so with a thought, I moved toward it. And as I thought, it moved toward me. And I touched it with my being, and as I touched it, I opened, and it flowed inside of me and enveloped me, and I entered it, and then it became like a person to me. It knew me, it looked in me, it saw the whole of me. It showed me all of my entire life.
And it was at this point Peter's life review commenced. Part of this review included a hell of all the negative things he had done in his lifetime. Anything he did or said that hurt someone, he witnessed.
Larger system accepted the voice speaking love to me. I poured it with love, and it inflamed me even greater and expanded me like a massive moon. And I increased from the moon to Jupiter, and I was filled with all of these portions of truth, love, beauty, joy, hope, understanding, knowledge, adoration, bliss, healing, wholeness, union, light. And I was the light itself, still somehow reduced from it.
This is one of the examples of the beautiful duality of Peter's experience. While he was an individual photon, he was also a part of a greater consciousness of light. And both these ideas are true. As Peter gazed into the transcendent phenomenon, he noticed that he was being shown a trail of alternate lives.
And I could see below me this long tail of my soul. I could see my original self emerging from the deep darkness in a form, and then I lasted a long time, and then I began to incarnate. I could see all these like little worlds hanging off, and there's this long baguette of my soul. There's kebabs into the baguette, and each of the kebab has a grape dangling from it, and the grape is my life there, and it's a world. This world or others, I don't know. And there's a chronology to it. And I saw that the lives that I had lived were a part of me, but not me. I am this much higher, a union, being of union. And as I looked, I was like, oh, look at those lives. And the voice says, want to see? And I'm like, yeah. So I get zoomed down into one of these little grapes, this world. And in this world, I'm inside another body that I now have full control over. I can't move this body, and I'm walking down a road, and I've got sandals on my feet, and they're covered with dust. And I can see the
It's a whole acid trip. It sounds like an acid trip.
Going on, and there's like low houses made of adobe, sort of mud-covered white one-story, and there are people on this road. I can hear them talking, and they ask me a question, and I turn.
Jesus. that supposed to mean? What does that even mean? Do you know what that means? What are they on tour? They're on tour. They got 636,000 a month. Wow. Why don't they do capital I's right anymore? Is that an L or an I? I used to love drawing eyes. And they look like pillars, which makes them even more awesome, you know? Why is all this digital font? The eyes are weird. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what I'm saying. People don't know what the hell I'm saying. I probably sound like a crazy person on here to half these folks. Work on your chest. I'm trying to get to 200. Am I ever even gonna reach 300? makes me want to try some crazy shit. But everybody's already did that. I get on here, I'll show y'all how the fuck I am. I like to have fun and work, but like, how you gonna post the camera? So you gotta figure out how you gonna hold the camera and shit. People are gonna start live streaming their jobs into AI. They're already talking about AI gonna steal people's jobs and shit. And then what? Then those people doing the live streams are gonna be shit out of luck. Fucking robot doing their job. And then what are they gonna do? They talk about a basic, universal basic income, but where's the money gonna come from? Jaron Lanier says the first step would be to get the money for your data. If you can get the money for your data, that'll be a step towards universal basic income, because basically everybody that got to use an app, their data can be, you know what I'm saying. Jaron Lanier says people should get paid for their data. And then he mentions universal basic income. Pay me for my motherfucking data. That's crazy. power. Old people can't hang on the amphetamines. It rained.
It was very quiet, no conversation, no jocularity, nothing.
I always thought God was with me. When the green light went on, we went out right then.
18 men are going out that door in 11 seconds.
But even for those who survived, the cost has been unimaginable.
My mother and father gave you my 4 elder brothers. We lost one, and he's buried in Lorraine.
Beyond those few returning here this week, the last living witnesses of what happened here, the 80th anniversary of D-Day is mainly about those who never left. Their memory honored with sand taken from the beaches where they landed and died. For the freedom of people they'd never met in a country they'd never seen. Now, Becky, we're going to hear from President Biden himself, of course, at the ceremony tomorrow at that cemetery you just saw in that piece. And what we expect to hear from the president is very much a reminder of the historical line that is to be drawn between what happened on D-Day, the Cold War, and what is now being done in Ukraine.
Thank you, Melissa. Always good to have you.
Oh, that's not a piece of cloth.
Well, her murder trial gripped to the world's attention nearly 2 decades.
Dude got off the plane and he was like, I thought that human. If they could let me scroll down this playlist a little faster, that would be great. My audio is shit because I don't have a fucking mic. So basically, if you don't get a mic, your audio is gonna be shit. But everybody knows that, right? Yeah. 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 Whatever happened to those Californian accents? Yeah. Is everybody's accents fading away because of the internet? Yeah. Did y'all hear how that chick was talking, Cardi B? Was it Cardi B or the other one? She was talking all funny. old dubstep song? Yeah, it's an old dubstep song from Subscape. It won't let me scroll through, like on the phone, it won't let me scroll through to their latest songs. Now while I'm on this playlist. Then it keeps fucking resetting and I'm down at the bottom. It's way down there. Man, Subscape's awesome. Yeah, we got 12,000. I forgot to do the poll. Panopticon. By Pleasure Craft. pleasure craft, love in the age of machines. Time to venture out, boys. Ladies, we coming. You gotta open yourself up. Or else they be single for life. This chick was live streaming. She just moved into a new apartment. She was at least 75 years old.